So in this video, we'll be going over how I created Siri shortcuts that automatically sets up my WLAN. So basically, this is a short preview of how it works. I refresh to show that there's nothing going on there.
What would you like your new wireless named? All right. I have created a new wireless network named Best Wireless Ever.
And then I went back and refreshed the screen so you can see that it created that SSID. So this is everything that we'll need in order for that to work. You'll need a Juniper Mist account. You can set up one for free. All this will work without any APs or anything, so you can still play with it. Mist API token. So this will be how we get into how we tell Siri how to get into the API of the thing. If you navigate to mist.com documentation using Postman, it goes over how to get that API token. Then we'll need an Apple device with iOS version 12 or above in order to support the Siri shortcuts. And then you'll need a web browser with developer tools. I'm going to be using Google Chrome, but anything with the developer tools will work. Okay, so let's get into the Mist dashboard and see what we want to do. Basically, manually doing this, it's pretty simple. You click on Network, we'll go to WLANs, and we're going to create a new one, right? So we'll name this one Test Wireless, and we'll make it open. And then we'll hit create. So that's about as easy as it is, right? So we want Siri to end up doing this. But the cool thing about this Mist infrastructure is that all of this is driven on an API backend. So really, if we want to see how this actually happened and what went on with it, let's delete it. And we'll go back through that process again, right? So we'll hit add WLAN. We're going to say test W wireless. We'll make it an open access, and then we'll go in here and we're going to go to the developer tools in Chrome. So basically we're on the network tab. So when I hit create, it's going to grab everything that this web browser is going to give to the API, which is super cool, right? So I hit create and we see all this stuff happen. So I'm going to hit stop recording and we can kind of look at this, right? So we're going to see that this is a post request to api.mist.com. We'll scroll down through all this stuff that, I don't know what all this stuff is, right? So here we go. We'll hit view source. So this is everything that it took to create that WLAN. So if we actually navigate here, I'll just double click on WLANs. You can see it drives us to the Django REST framework for the API. So this is actually on api.mist.com, and we can see in a pretty clear way what's going on here, right? So test wireless, it's enabled. These are all the settings that we can set if we feel like it, right? So we don't really care about all this stuff right now, but this is good to know. This is good information to have because we're going to need some of this later on. We're going to make Siri tell the API pretty much all of this stuff. Okay, so let's walk through shortcuts a little bit. So I've created an example shortcut here. So we're gonna click into it and take a look at it. Okay, so basically you'll see this first text is my token. So I took it out because it's something that shouldn't be shared. Um, but if you scroll down here, you can see that my text here, this is what I want Siri to say. And you can see here, she speaks text. So she's going to say whatever this thing is. Cool thing about this is you can change a lot. I just clicked on show more and you can change a lot of this. You can make it wait until it's finished to continue this process, or you can make her say something and then continue this workflow down. But you can change the name, the rates, pitch, voice, whatever, right? So she's basically right here. She just says, "What would you like the new wireless to be named?" And then dictate text is the piece where it just waits for me to say something. And then I'm going to take the result of the dictate text and put it in the SSID here. So this looks familiar, right? So we're seeing the same stuff over here in this text, and this is exactly right. It's basically a copy and paste of all the stuff you see on the left into this text field is all that is. And then we're going to go to a URL field, and we're going to go to the API sites, WLANs. This looks familiar, right? So apimist.com, all this cool stuff. So then in here, this is how we decide if we want to do a post, a get, a poll, or whatever we want. So If I show more in here, you can see that it says method post. My headers are authorization text. So this text is referencing, let's see, we'll click on it and we'll say reveal action. It brings me all the way back up here. So this is the text that it's referring to. So if we come all the way back down here, these are just the headers of this post query. So technically, if you wanted to, you could go back into the developer tools in Chrome and see exactly how this thing is set up. And then when you scroll down a little bit further, my request body, I could put JSON, I could make it a form, whatever, but I made it a text just to make it a lot easier, right? So if you scroll back up here, you can see that it's referencing this text. And this is like everything that is over here. And so if we scroll back down, so now I have her just saying, all right, I've created the wireless network name, dictated text, speak text. And so the effect of it is this. Okay, sorry, I had to cut that off and then put in my API token. So basically, I'm going to click on Create Wi-Fi Example, and it'll run the process.
What would you like your new wireless named?
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
All right. I have created a new wireless network named Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
So now, if we go over here, we hit refresh. So we'll navigate back to WLANs. I was messing around a little bit. We'll close this out so we can see what's going on. But there you go. That's it. Um, hopefully that kind of goes over everything that I did as an example. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns, whatever. I can kind of dig further into the shortcuts and kind of, there's a lot of stuff you can do in there. It's pretty powerful. So let me know if you need any help. But thank you and good night.